Elite status came out of the National Stakes really well. I was very confident going to Doncaster first time out, and he improved again going into the National Stakes. It was obviously, it looked a very hot race on paper, and if I'm honest, I didn't expect him to do it the way he did, but it didn't surprise me he won. You've just seen him do a little piece of work this morning, and that's his first proper piece of work really since the National Stakes. He did that very well. He'll have a good piece next week, and that will just about do him for Ascot. Great attitude. You know, he's always had that great walk to him, and Havana Grey himself had a great walk, although this fella's a lot scopier than him and a bigger model. But yeah, he just goes about his work, does his work, walks home, eats, sleeps, and that's all you want in a racehorse. Kelly and myself, we worked the sales fairly hard, and it's quite funny really. I'm not sure I should tell you this story, but I mean, obviously we were given a budget by Sheikh Mohammed at Ubaid, and I'd bid on a few for him in the first few days of the sale and at book one as well, and hadn't got really what we wanted. We missed out on a few, and the owner was giving me a bit of a telling off for not buying a horse. So we went into the last day of the sale, which with 2 or 3 on our list, with still quite a strong budget. So I was quite confident we were going to get him. Kelly and Lucy work, especially Kelly at the sales. She works very hard with me, and we cover a lot of ground between each other. And I know Kelly is sort of, I know what she's looking for, and she knows what I'm looking for.
All done and sold there at 325. Karl Burke, well done. Thank you very much indeed. Very good luck with him.
Lucy got her name glued to him on the list pretty early on. She's pretty good at picking them. She's Havana Grey, she rode him regularly as well, and obviously Lawrence, and all the way through. You know, she's managed to pick them out fairly early.
I think I initially fell in love with him because he was such a carbon copy of his sire, who I knew so well. All but colour, he was very similar to his dad. Over the winter, he's actually gone quite scopy and grown a lot more than his dad did, but he still holds a lot of the same characteristics as him. You know, his attitude's brilliant. He does his work, he eats his food, he sleeps. He does his work on work mornings, and that's all you can ask for, really. Probably the only time you wouldn't want to be in the box with him is when he's eating. He's chased a few people out, but again, very similar trait to his sire, Havana Grey, so it's good to see. We start taking the 2-year-olds, just 3 furlongs, easy canter upsides, which was what it was meant to be, back in November, and I think he was upsides for about 3 strides and he was gone. He just showed a lot of sharpness and a lot of speed. I ride him most of the time. Cliff's had a couple of sits on him, but he's never been, you know, hard worked at home, like really wound up for the occasion or anything, so I think there is bags to come from him. When Ascot comes around, I won't be able to speak about him on the day, but I always get like that.
Just want to get him there in the best shape I can, and if I do, I think he's the one they've got to beat, but you still need everything to go right on the day. As you say, I'm sure there'll be some fast Americans over there, and there's 1 or 2 horses could still pop and raise their heads above the parapet from England as well. So, you know, but he looks like on form the one they've got to beat at the moment. Him and one of the fillies for the Queen Mary are, you know, they're the 2 main hopes, hopefully. So hopefully one of them will hit anyway. I'm confident he'll stay 6, and the way the Havana Greys are training on from 2 to 3, and they're getting a bit more of a trip, I can see him getting further as well. So yeah, I definitely see him as a 6 furlong horse this year, and who knows, maybe we'll be trying the Guineas next year with a bit of luck.